Okay.
Okay, guys. You are alright. Good, everything's here. Y'all caravan is leaving the subterranean vampire ruined city town.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let me pull you over to the map. I know it's still like the drawn out map. I need to make the real map. But anyways, you are currently, if you scroll down a bit, you're currently in this
We
vicinity.
haven't swapped over yet.
Pulled you guys over.
Is anyone else over?
Bears.
Nope.
Let me check. Hold on.
Roll 20.
Yeah, we might just have to refresh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna refresh now.
May it like locked up from
I'm
inactivity.
on the map.
It has the forest, but if you scroll down a bit, it has the drawn out
Yep.
map.
Yep, there we go.
I'm on that.
Okay, good. You're in the northern vicinity, somewhere around here. In fact, I will denote it. There we go. The next position that you need, the second of the three settlement potential positions, is going to be up the river a bit. It's going to be crossing a plain similar to the one that you crossed through here. After that, it becomes more forested. The terrain is not going to be easy. It's going to be the same rocky thing. And the site, let me draw this, the second site here. Let's choose green and yellow. It's going to be up here. Now, between... Hello?
Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of banging going on. Okay. Between your current site and the next site, there are a couple of symbols that were written down by the scouts. The first is a simple skull and crossbones.
Okay.
That sounds like a good start. I think we should go there.
Yeah. It is right between. Hey, who's that? Toxie, your mic is getting a lot of white noise. A skull and crossbone directly between these two spots.
Okay.
Yeah, it also has indications of grass, like thick grass looks like, written on it. Once you get off the rocky trail.
Okay.
Settlement is above this forest because the forest that is directly downriver from it is called it's been denoted as, let's see, do I have it? Text. That works. I'll go with the Nosebleed Forest.
Okay. Interesting name for it.
That's not the official name. It's just the scouts titled it.
Oh yeah, that's still interesting that they would call a forest nosebleed.
Well, I mean, deduction would say it causes nosebleeds.
Yeah.
It's denoted to be dangerous in some way, shape, or form. So that's why you didn't just go up the river through the forest.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, Sean.
So, sorry, just to clear up, you said the Nosebleed Forest,
That's what the scouts have named it. Yes.
and there's a skull and crossbones between here and here.
See what the Nosebleed Forest name is?
Yeah,
Just above that.
just about that, so like here. And we know that the skull and crossbones denotes one of the 50 sites to see before you die, right? Is that
Yeah.
right?
It's
Yeah.
the world's largest death trap.
I see. Okay,
Worth,
cool.
worth going.
Definitely worth visiting.
Okay,
Right,
so
I think I'm caught up.
our options are to go through, go down and up the river, or go way across and then around the forest on the far side,
What is this?
where we landed, I'm guessing.
Ah, right, okay.
That was the
Yes.
original campsite.
Well, the place we want to go is this side of the river.
Yes.
So if we were to go, hold on, let me just get my little thingamajig out. If we were to go like this and then this, there would be 2 river crossings required in that.
Yep.
Yes, but there's also Skull and Crossbones and Nosebleed Forest.
Yeah, but I'm not really into swimming.
Plus,
I like to get my
And-
cardio from like running and stuff.
plus you have the carriage.
we
Yeah.
can, we can just caulk that and float it across. It's fine.
That'll be fine. Yes, I agree.
Why don't we go further up into the mountains and then across?
Because
and down?
I'm guessing the wagon would have quite a lot of difficulty.
You
We could
can,
just cork
the
that, it'll be
terrain
fine.
is rather rocky.
Okay.
So, I mean, I have no problem going direct line. What are other people's thoughts?
Mhm.
I probably don't think it's that smart to go direct line. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't say I was smart. I just said I was okay with it.
I think we should take the smartest option.
Which
So
is
we go
what?
here and then Lee. No. Uh,
The most the safest option, I suppose, is definitely to do right.
around the forest on that side, and
I mean, if we're going, this whole thing is the nosebleed forest, right?
yes, I think that the purple squiggles are Nosebleed Forest.
Ah, yes.
Squirrels are nosebleed forest. Yes.
Purple to denote trees, and green here to denote rocks. Sand.
Swamp.
All right. Okay. Okay. Now you do that. That does make sense. Okay. And this is not swampy. This is like large trees.
I guess.
What we could do is we could camp here,
but
start a
nosebleed
forest
if it's
fire,
Swampy.
We're not going to start a forest fire.
burn down the nosebleed forest, call it the
Has
ash
the perimeter.
forest.
They didn't actually. What? It has the perimeter of the forest. It doesn't have the interior. They didn't scout out the interior of it.
All right. Okay.
What if we go on this very safe little barrier between the Skull and Crossbones and the forest?
It looks like there is a little bit of an area right there you could pass through.
See, I
Why don't we
told
just-
you.
Why don't we just hug the river?
Uh,
Is anybody having issues with Ryan?
A little
that
bit.
The scouts did not go.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
the scouts didn't go there, so we don't know what's there.
Kali should
Who's
be
on the
fine.
river side?
Kali has no blood to bleed, so
Yeah, but I mean, it's only like 64 feet anyway, so it shouldn't take us too long to get there. So I'm okay with either this route going in between. See, going back if we went back and then this didn't work, we would have wasted a lot of time.
What do you mean it didn't work?
If we went here and then decided to go here and found, oh, there's no way to get the wagon through, then
Then
we would
like
have.
hugging the shore,
Yeah, see,
not crossing.
it could be a shore or it could be trees all the way to the water and into the water to an amount. Like that can also happen with forests and rivers.
Yeah, true.
So this way seems it's unknown, but could be safer, but also could be nothing. And if it didn't work, we would have wasted time and have to go back up and around, or we
Yeah.
go through this little gap and hope for the best. They're the two options that I think are on the table.
Have we have the scouts scouted this section?
yes.
Okay.
One sec. That's why I didn't do that. They scouted it. The train's actually less terrible than what you're currently in. This just denotes so like from where you're at, you go out of the mountains into the hills. The hills are a bit rocky. After that, it's flatlands. You go over here. This entire area here is hills.
Right.
Not
Okay.
not mountains, not crags, but
Just house.
it looks like moderately
Like rolling.
difficult terrain the entire way through, essentially.
Let's
But then
just.
you have a question. If you do that, you have to still get from this point back down here somehow.
Yeah, you would just go back across and then back
Hmm.
there. Yeah,
ter-
let's try and thread the needle.
Yeah, in terms of time, it seems like Faro is kind of tight on time.
You don't have so much food, but yeah, and you're getting paid not by the hour. So,
Yeah.
Can we roughly guesstimate the time difference between two paths? So if we're putting this path against
whoever
this
has
path,
that held down, yeah, there you go.
or are we?
75 versus 42.
So
So about
49. 75
just
versus
over half.
49, so yeah, it's an
75
extra
is 49.
35 to 45% on top, so
Yeah, let's do it. I'm happy with it. Is anybody against threading the needle?
That's what that. Just
Uh,
also, how dangerous could the forest possibly be?
Yeah, we're hard.
and how are you doing, Daryl? Well,
Oh, hey, Daryl.
No, aloha, Daryl.
Hello, sorry for the delay. Just back
That's
in
all right.
now.
no worries. We are threading a dangerous needle, and none of us are opposed to it. Are you opposed to it?
Okay, I'm a tailor.
Can I use my tailoring skill to help with our travel?
Yeah, no, I'm cool to go. Whatever. I
Go
have my
whatever.
2 spell slots back, so
Oh wait, do we have did we say we have a long rest? Did we say that yet? Or did we not?
You haven't had the opportunity. Once the day was over, the idea was that you get out of there before night falls, and those things, the vampire things, come back. So
Okay.
the caravan left immediately.
Okay, cool.
First day though, uneventful. So at the end of that, you would have a long rest, and you guys are partially there.
Rested. Do I want to change any spells? Not really.
Mm-hmm. Let me know when you guys are all good to go.
Good to go. I have added the long rest button on the character sheet.
Do you have any other?
You guys come or the after the first day, it was like 2/3 of a day of march. You come to the end of the hills and the Badlands. These areas right here, where it's at the base of the mountains, called the Badlands, where it's just terrible terrain for a caravan to go through. People, but caravan or wagon is even worse. But you come to the end of that, and then Pharaoh decides, okay, we're gonna set up camp here. It's a more defensive position, and then tomorrow we'll have an easy road, and you guys should be able to get to the forest in about 2 more days, maybe 3.
Perfect. Just sitting back and enjoying the ride from now on, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
nothing can possibly go wrong.
Not from this point on. I think that you'll find that the worst of it is behind us.
I'm only 2 days from retirement.
Well, now that we've set up the campaign.
Yep.
Wow, what? The horizon's only 3 miles out. But you guys are on a race thing. the Badlands are, gouged earth, so you do have elevation over the plains that are in front of you, and you can see. You can't make out what it is, but when the sun sets and it becomes proper nighttime, you can see a very faint blue light in the distance on the horizon. Now, it's not an intense light, but the fact that you can see it from so far away means that there's a lot of this light. Something's luminescent out there. It doesn't seem to be moving much. You can't tell if it's twinkling or moving, but there's blue light somewhere out there.
All right.
Your mic is really, really crinkly. It's like you're crinkling foil.
Yeah, I think there's a loose connection
Yeah.
to one of the if it's plugged in at all.
Okay.
So glad I can't hear it.
Okay, so we get 2 days.
Yep.
And there's a big blue light, which we all know you shouldn't look at for at least 60 minutes before you go to bed, guys. So just cover your eyes or something.
Yeah, Callie and Lucira and Madeline have a lot of difficulty falling asleep.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Morning comes and it's a very humid morning. All the ground below you guys is fogged up. Sun rises and it starts to evaporate and clears out, and you can see there's a good amount of these very large, let's say size large, buffalo-like creatures. You're not familiar with these things. They have multiple sets of horns, and they look quite intimidating, like rhinos almost in size. Just
How many
chilling around.
rhinos? How many days of food do we have?
You have exactly enough to do this journey, as long as nothing goes wrong. Right now, you guys are on schedule.
Yes,
Well, actually, you guys are 1 day behind.
it may be worth killing one or two, and if we have the salting the meat.
See no problem with this.
For those that need to
Do they
eat.
travel in the herds or are they individuals?
They travel in herds, but there's quite a bit of space between them. Like 30 feet between them. They're eating a lot.
I don't necessarily have anything specific, at least the specific spells that would help in catching. I can 10-minute cast to check for any poison or disease in them once we catch them. But apart from that, catching them will be up to someone else, I think.
I could kill them. Oh,
I can speak with animals.
Bud, we're real hungry.
Yeah, just follow us and we'll be perfectly fine. Honest, just ignore all the screaming and blood.
We have free hay candy.
Alternatively, I can kill them.
Well, yeah, I think for the sake of everyone else here, we would need to kill at least one, if not two, just to get enough food for people.
These things are significantly sized.
Okay, so one.
Let me see. Yeah, they're just large. But one of them will give you like 2 days worth of food.
do we have any vegetarians on board? We should probably take into account their lifestyle.
Are you saying we eat the vegetarians?
It's the only logical
I
conclusion.
think we could get a lot of use out of killing at least one of these things.
Can we see what they're eating? Like, are they just eating grass and stuff?
They're just eating grass.
Okay.
I say we kill one.
I also say we kill one.
Sure, I'm fine with this. I'm sure it
Sure.
won't be a challenge at all.
Fine with that. I'm just slightly concerned that attacking one will make them all aggressive.
How many can we see? Roughly.
30 or so.
Yeah, that's good. I'm sure we can outrun 30 of them.
Well, you just need to outrun your friends. Okay, I can't find a decent map for this, so we're just doing a blank screen. Okay, guys. Let us do this.
What sort of a space does a large creature take up? It's 20 foot, is it?
10 by 10.
Or yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry. I could potentially use mold earth. It would have to be as a ritual, just to like turn the dirt that one of them is standing on into like swampy or quicksand sort of thing to slow them down and separate them a bit from anything else.
If you think they'll stay still for 10 minutes,
Does the spell position activate when I finish casting, or do I have to designate it before I cast?
You
which
have to
spell is
choose
it?
your target. Let me think here. No, you wouldn't have. Wait, that's a really weird question. So a readied spell, you don't have to say who you're attacking beforehand. So you could, I guess, just change it last second if you prefer.
It's just because I'll have to cast it as a ritual, so it'll take 10 minutes to cast it rather than. Like an
So
instantaneous
you know,
action sort of thing.
you
But-
left that part out. Yeah,
but
after
isn't
the
it
10
a
minutes.
but isn't it a cantrip? Or
Yeah.
or the tome has to be ritual cast, is it?
Yeah, the tome. I think I can cast any of those cantrips as a ritual spell.
Okay.
Let me just check it here.
Wait, but don't you get unlimited cantrips anyway? Why would you? Well, I don't understand.
It gives you extra
no,
cantrips.
sorry, I got
You
it
might
wrong.
not have.
No, I can cast cantrips instantaneously. Never mind. It's the second one. It allows me to cast 2 other spells as rituals. That's my bad.
Okay. Then yeah, you can cast it instantly.
Yeah. So if it helps with the making it difficult terrain, so they can't run away or can't something, just cast that and slow them down a bit so we can separate them out a bit easier.
Maybe save that in case they do chase us.
It is
That's a
only
cantrip, right? So yeah.
and it is only a 5-foot cube, so just
Oh, right, okay.
okay.
Guys,
Well,
I have such a good battle map for this. You're gonna love it.
oh god. See this battle map.
There you are.
Hells yeah, brother.
Nice, nice.
In fact, I made it from scratch. I mean, in like
Yeah.
10 seconds.
I can really see what the artist was trying to get across in this image.
Pain, depression,
That's a bunch of matchsticks,
Grass.
right?
Yep, inability to plan.
grass. I was trying to get across grass, guys. Grass is difficult terrain.
Oh shit!
By
Alarm's
grass,
difficult
do you mean
terrain.
this long grass, or do you mean all grass?
The long grass.
Aha.
Now, how far away? 30
I would like not to be
feet.
in the long grass.
Would you-
Actually, no, I'd like to be in the long grass. I'm assuming the long grass is so long that I can hide within it. I'm assuming that all grass is long enough for me to hide in it, but specifically this long grass.
The long grass would give advantage to sneak.
Stickums.
Well, so this grass is 30 feet away from this one. Alright.
Okay.
Who here has good distance attacks?
So
I have
the rest of the caravan is about 100 feet back, just watching this happen.
Yep. Mm, I can actually cast. If I move, can I move a bit?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you guys want to do initiative now, or just wait till? I mean, position your guys within this grass as you please.
I
And
can.
then once you've decided to actually do something, announce it, and we'll roll initiative.
So we have the choice. I can fairy fire or ice knife. This one.
I have 2 hunting traps as well.
They're essentially bear traps.
So potentially, if I give them to Harik, could he sneak? Where is my thingy? Could he sneak up? My arrow's green.
Yeah.
you can change that.
It's just by.
Hold on.
Isn't it?
Hold
Yeah.
on.
One sec. I got it here. There we go.
Yeah.
So could he like sneak sort of this way
Like barrel roll kind of thing.
and then like
Roll a Pokeball.
I don't know, would you be able to get over to here with stealth, or would that be too visible to throw a trap at it, sort of thing?
I mean, it's also visible to this one anyway.
Yeah, but if we're only looking to like catch one, it doesn't really matter what the others do.
Except if they warn.
Yeah, true.
My speed is only 25 as well, so getting across here
Ah, okay.
would take a dash action.
How
I
how
wanna
long? Hang
bring
on.
this up for Daryl. Bear traps or the hunting traps you have? Bear traps.
Yeah.
The it's like throwing a bear trap at someone. It'd work. It'd like bite into them. It would suck, but that wouldn't stop them from running away. Bear traps are usually like nailed down and spiked down, so that
Or
the
wrapped
bear
around a
can't run
tree or
away.
something.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I suppose
it wouldn't unless you like put in the leg specifically, like the foot specifically. It wouldn't hinder movement.
But what we could do is lay one or two of the traps here, and instead of having me sneak up there to put it on them, I could try and sneak across to get behind them to spook them down the way.
That is a lot more variables and risks than simply
but it's also,
yeah.
But I mean, it's the exact same. It's the exact same method, but
Yeah, I'm saying that whole method of going over there is too risky. I'm saying we just attack it with all of our range stuff if we can at one time, and hope that we just put it down quickly.
right.
I mean, there's probably no harm in actually just dropping a couple of traps in the open areas anyway, is there?
Yeah.
As long as you
I mean,
know where they are.
it's section if it doesn't. We could we could try and like hedge our bets by placing stuff down if we're not gonna use them anyway. We may as well place them, right? They are retrievable, yeah. Like bear traps, you just have to take off the
They're
yeah.
100% retrievable.
Well, you know
Okay.
my opinion.
I might just. What sort of range is this actually? I think maybe place them just along here, like you were saying, but more just as an in case if we're coming from like this sort of direction. Maybe they run this way. Maybe they run that way. But if they're coming this way, at least it might be something to catch them. That's all.
Sorry, where were you thinking of putting them?
Somewhere along here or here or something.
Yeah. We've been at this. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's any problem putting some of them down.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I won't
Thanks.
put them down as like nailed down and stuff, but I'll just throw them down as like a hazard that might do a bit of damage or something.
Sure. Do I have a? I thought I had a bear. I thought I had a bear trap. Icon.
I'll just put-
Draw your best bear trap
Okay.
wherever it is that you want to put it.
Like drop one there and then kind of throw one there.
Okay.
And then
You're putting them out in the open.
yep.
So who has like 30-foot range attacks and who has more than that?
I have a 60 range
Bells.
sag knife.
Madeline, could you give me a stealth check, please?
Cool.
If you guys want, there's a baby right there. I'd probably feed you for a day. Okay, that's good. This one sees you, and it orientates itself towards you. It doesn't take any offensive action, but it's aware you're there, so it's not going to be taken surprised by.
Okay.
Even if you like go back in the grass, it's like, oh, there's something there. I wonder what that is. Okay, let's see.
Do I get points for a fantastic bear trap picture? No.
Maybe I'll think about it.
Nice master balls.
If I had my drawing tablet, it'd be much better.
Clearly, they're globes.
I think your friend is pronounced globes.
I should have left it without the teeth, actually.
What, you just like mean in general? In which case it might be the smart choice.
Okay, boyos. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's do initiative. Make sure you have your token selected.
Select my token. That's not select. Select my token. Did I not click it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I think I might have said it twice.
There it is.
29.
There it is. Okay, Hork. Would you like to do anything this turn, or would you like to wait?
I would like to skitter across into these.
Okay.
And hold my attack
Um,
until
people
someone
don't-
else attacks.
For the people that don't really matter, so the boy like knows people over there, but you still get your stealth as long as the enemy doesn't know you're there, right?
What do you mean?
What are some of the causes of you getting a stealth attack or not? I know it's like you have an ally next to you, but there's another one.
I'm pretty sure it's if I'm hidden as well, isn't it? Once per turn, you can do blah blah blah. The attack must use for nice range, blah blah blah. You don't need advantage in the attack roll if another enemy targets within 5 feet, or if that enemy has capacity, and you don't have disadvantage in the attack roll. The amount of extra damage increases as you gain level with this class is shown on the table. So it doesn't matter if I'm hidden because you don't get advantage on that, do you? If you're hidden. So I either need advantage in the attack roll, or if an enemy is within 5 feet of it.
If you are hidden from it, you get advantage on the attack.
Okay, then I need.
Stealth
That's
with advantage.
cool. That's the I either need advantage or someone to be next up. Still.
Yeah. There's the Madeline given position away earlier just means there's no surprise round, but
Yeah.
you actually have mechanics built into it. Okay, sounds good.
Let me know if that fails or not, because I can bump up.
It succeeds.
Okay, great, thank you. I'm going to hold my attack until someone else attacks it.
Okay. The Auroch is going to what do you? I can't remember the word for it, but he's going to walk back and forth and try to see what's going on over there. Okay. Callie, you're up.
I'm probably going to be the first to attack then. Because I can't see it through this. I'm going to.
They're large creatures, and you can see it. It is you're medium creatures, so you can actually hide if you want in here. But yeah, this cast you have like stand up.
Okay, yeah. I am going to stand up and cast second level ice knife. Put that there. And it should be another. The cold damage increases by 1d6. So an extra
Oh, okay. Yep.
slash R 1d6. So it is 9 piercing and 13 cold.
It's my attack trigger right after that.
Yes.
Cool. Advantage on the attack. Does a 24 hit?
24 hits.
Okay. Oh no! That's 13 damage.
Okay. Madeline, what would you like to do?
They're aware we're here now anyway, so
Oh yeah.
check the distance again. 50 foot, 40 foot. Yeah, okay. 30 was there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which one is it? This one. I'm going to cast Frostbolt at the nearest boy.
Okay. I'm gonna link something in I guess D&D if we could all just play this music while Okay, Madeline, DC 14 con save or for damage. Sure, let me
And
do it.
what else does it do? Does it slow them?
Oh my god. Okay.
Check it again.
The spell description thing doesn't work for me.
Disadvantage on the next weapon attack.
Okay. If you could do me a favor and help me remember that.
It's
Okay, so
does it count as
Sorry,
if it's
wait,
like
what spell
natural
is this?
weapons? Does that count? Yeah,
yeah, sure.
it does.
What spell is this?
Frostbite.
Frostbite, okay.
Okay. Lucira, you are up. What would you like to do?
Well, again, seeing as we've given away our position, I'll
The creature
just...
is bloodied, by the way.
Okay. I'm just going to stride out here. Oh, hang on. Am I still hidden from here? I don't know. Or if I attack before moving, like I'm not going to try and make a stealth check in terms of now, but
as soon as you start moving, you don't make a stealth check, you're gonna be spotted.
Cool. I'll just try and firebolt it from where I stand then. So
Okay.
while I'm still have the hidden effect, while I'm still hidden from it. And actually, no, let's instead do a second level scorching ray. And let me just double check the range on this. It's 120 feet, so I'll just do it at level 2, and I'll put I'll put all 3 into it.
Okay.
So, advantage from being hidden. Got me number 1. 19. Number 2.
19 hits.
That's a miss. Wow. And number 3. Wow. Okay. It's going to be one of those sessions. I see how it is.
Yeah. Hey, man, be very happy that you didn't roll a 1.
If I'd rolled a 1.
There's a lot of dry grass around here.
Yeah. So that was weak. 6 damage. And,
at 6, it is dead. You hit it right.
Yay!
Oh, wow. All right.
These things. 2 of them just go off in random fucking directions.
Okay.
1 hits him right in the eye, and it just falls over dead.
Cool. And then, confident as anything, because got the killing blow, I'll stride out here, even though I did a pathetic attack for a 2nd level spell. And I'll just stand there. That's also rapier out, obviously, and that's my turn.
Pork, what would you like to do? All the other their orcs are just staring at their friend that just died, murdered in front of their eyes.
Murdering orcs feels so bad. My friends.
Its name was Kelpie.
No. I'll stay in the grass, but hold my action to attack. Whichever Oryx moves towards us. If an Oryx moves towards us.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be much help in dragging that Oryx back then.
As much fun as it would be to have the child charge headfirst into it first and get hit, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, I'll
You
I'll
want
have to
to say
chase
that's
down the
fine.
child then.
Let me see here. Okay.
Sorry?
This Orc is going to move and run away with its child. This one is going to let's see, where would I move? I move over here.
Oh, he runs in?
Oh yeah, they get angry.
Sure, I'm
they're gonna move in and form a line next to their friend. They're not sure if he's dead or not. They're not that
he
intelligent.
moved in first, right?
Wow, they have intelligence of 2. I was expecting 1.
They're a beautiful creature.
Callie, what would you like to do?
Wait,
I'd like
sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Um,
Yes, the Hork, of course.
Yeah, and did this one move first, yeah?
Yes.
So just to clarify, because I don't know if this is right or not, does taking an offensive action, like attacking this Oryx, mean that I am no longer hidden?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
As soon as
I would have
as soon as
to.
you make an attack, you are no longer hidden from it.
Great. So if I was to bonus action hide in the long grass, would it then convey advantage for the next attack?
Assuming you succeed on the stealth
As
check,
long as you
yes.
have cover, you can take a stealth check. I haven't done this in a while, so
The roll game has cunning action, so I would just be using my cunning action to hide.
Mhm.
Yeah. So for the sake of it, though, I'll move from where I was because it's a bit gamey if I just hide in the same grass. So I'm going to slink through the grass, and as I'm slinking, try and disappear.
yeah, I think that's. I have to look at the rules later, but I believe that's how it works. / fair. Give me a stealth check.
Stealth check.
It'd be disadvantaged, I think, normally, but you're in high grass, it's normal.
Okay. I'm assuming that doesn't work, so I'm going to put a 1d6 on top. 14.
Let me look real quick. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of ruffling grass. It all just sort of moves around. You are stealthed to the Aurochs, though.
Cool. And I'll take my 1 attack at advantage on this left-hand Oryx.
Wait. Hold on. Sorry, real quick. What was the thing that let you take a stealth? What's the name of that skill?
Cunning action.
And what type of action is cunning action?
My bonus action.
I don't think you can take a bonus action as a as a reaction, or as a prepared
Held action.
Yeah. held
Oh
action.
shit! Yeah, sorry. This isn't my turn. Oh yeah, no, sorry. Scratch that.
Yeah, I was wondering why you
That's-
moved as well.
Yeah. That's completely fair. Okay, it's a no advantage, no sneak attack, single dagger attack.
Mhm.
That's 22.
Miss.
That hits really good.
And that's 9 psychic damage.
Okay, looks good.
Totally
Very
forgot
proud.
that was totally forgot that was a held action. It was just like, yeah, it's my turn.
I think
Don't
you can go
forget to
prone
take
as a
back your
reaction.
bard dice as well.
Yeah, don't worry. I've run it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, Callie, what would you like to do?
I'm going to move up. And I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on these two. So it is DC 15. Move up, yeah. DC 15 Dex save for them.
Left to right? Both fail.
Cool. So now people have advantage against them.
What's the spell?
Fairy Fire.
Okay, that's good.
So now, Sean, you don't need to hide to get your sneak attack.
That is the icon.
It is concentration, so if they hit me, I must roll.
Note, go after Callie. Hey, Madeline, you're up.
Into the fray.
Into the fray.
And then glaive attack on the furthest one.
Advantage, remember?
Oh, yeah. No, I'll just roll again.
Okay, so 17 for 10.
Both
Basically
those
my
are
turn.
going to hit 12 damage.
Well, no. Remember he rolled
just
again for
roll, right?
advantage, so it was the first
sorry.
damage.
Right.
No.
Sorry, I was focusing on something else real quick. Okay.
Just the 10 damage.
You in the left or right?
This one here.
Left.
Left. Okay. Lucira, you are up. What would you like to do?
Foxy?
Foxy, you there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm using myself.
No problem.
Realizing that a lot of dry grass and a lot of fire spells probably don't mix particularly well, I'm just going to move in. I'm going to keep making a joke. I'll move in here and I will cast Inflict. Actually, we want to eat this, and I get the distinct impression that
Necrotic damage would be
probably doesn't
great.
go well to eating. Actually, I think you're all roll bitches and you can deal with it. No,
I've
I'll
infected my bullets with flesh-eating virus.
and then I shall eat it. I will just going to move in and I'll just use a rapier attack on this one on the right
Advantage.
with advantage. Because it went so well last time I had advantage. Oh, good. For the whopping 3 damage.
I wish I could say it was dead, but it's not.
And that's my Titan.
Okay, Hork, you're up.
Guys, all my spells don't work well here. This was a bad choice.
You're gonna hate the planes of gasoline later on in the.
That's as long as we're not eating something there, that's fine.
But they're both covered in fairy fire.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. I'm going to take 2 attacks against that one on the left.
Okay.
Get sneak attack and advantage. This will be the time I don't hit. 19.
Hit.
That's 14 damage. 25.
Hit. Obviously,
That's 19 damage though.
you did the perfect amount of damage. It is dead. It falls over.
Voice.
So these daggers, do they like pierce or they explode when they hit the thing?
they don't really explode. They like hit and pierce, yeah, and then ooze, and dissipate. So there's no explosion. They flood in and then just start to like melt away into this black goo, and then like whisper back as if towards me.
Okay.
Demonic moves.
Well, guys, I wanted to stampede you, but that's not going to work out when you only have one. The baby and the other one up on top are going to disappear or run away.
Oh, shit, they can go invisible.
This one is going to. It's going to attack Lucera. Can't do the
Crit.
super cool thing I was
Calling
hoping
it.
for. Come on, crit. Yeah!
I even fucking called it.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
yes.
30. Yeah,
no, that's
Right in the gut.
that's
Right in the gut. One of these big ass horns.
Yeah, that's me unconscious.
Oh fuck!
Yep.
Not just unconscious. The body Lucera is stuck on the horn of the creature.
This is meant to be the easy part.
What would you like to do, Callie?
I would like to walk up. I would like to pop Shillelagh. And I would like to Shillelagh the Auric, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
So let's do Shillelagh with quarterstaff.
Lucera, I'm starting to think there's like a curse on your bloodline or something.
That did
That would
not
make a lot of sense.
roll. There we
Like,
go. Oh, sorry, I have advantage. Let me roll that again in case it's not enough. 22 for a 6.
That was good. Okay, Madeline, you are up. Lucera is unconscious on the horn of this great beast. You can do your turn later once you're done with your thing. You want?
No, it's alright.
Okay. It's not like you're doing something, making tea or something.
I was just I'm walking around the room. That's all. Just moving
Mm.
some things. Unconscious. That one's dead. I need to as an action. Okay, I will bonus action Sovereign's Blessing, choosing Rejuvenation, and then as an action, regain twice my proficiency.
You're going to have to get closer to it.
Sorry, yeah, okay, so I'll move in. Or move in this way, I guess. I rejuvenate.
If I'm like on its horn, do you want to move me or anything like that, or you're not fast running?
Can I do that as a part of my move or anything like that, or would I have to take an action to do it?
For rejuvenation.
To like pull the Lucera off the horns of the beast.
Well, isn't it a bonus action to paw, full action to rejuve?
Yeah.
You get one free object interaction? Does that
if
count?
I remember correctly, the way we did it in past campaigns is you can move other people and yourself up to half of your movement speed.
Yeah. That was if you were dragging and stuff like that, but that's exactly what we did in the last couple of campaigns that Cameron ran. Was you can drag a body at half speed.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say drag Lucera off the horn counts as drag. So if you want to use your movement turn.
I do find it interesting the order in which you did things. You healed her, so she's now alive with the horn through her body. Then you pull her off.
It's as I place my hand on Lucera and rip her off the horn, I start healing, so she will wake up on the horn, but then be fully healed off the horn, or healed off the horn. The wound will start to close once she's off. So it's 4.
I'm gonna
4
place
points.
Lucera over here. Lucera, you have how many hit points do you have now?
4, I think. Yeah.
4. Okay. Twice proficiency. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do it twice, so I'll do it again next turn. Just give you another 4.
Lucera, yeah, you still have a big gouge in your stomach, but you're not dead. Lucera, what would you like to do? You're prone, by the way.
That's fine. Stand up for 15 feet. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
20 feet of movement. And, first things first, I will bonus action second wind
Okay.
for 8 hit points.
Okay. That's good.
Fine. I just actually use that up. And I'm just going to stab her with the rapier.
Advantage.
Yeah, with advantage.
Okay.
For fuck's sake. Sure, whatever.
Meet it and beat it. 3 damage.
Whoa, 3 damage.
Better than no damage.
And that's my entire turn.
Very done.
It really is just bad luck. Like, there's nothing wrong with your character. Your character's
Yeah,
fine.
man. Well, the stats aren't phenomenal, but it's acceptable. It is just really bad luck at the minute.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll swing back around. There's no little averages. I'd like
Yeah, I'm fine with it, but it's just a bit unfortunate to be all hitting it at once.
I'd like to do a barrel roll out here. And then fling 2 daggers at this guy because I've got
Because
advantage.
of your size and the distance you're rolling, you look more like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Is that not
all
how
right.
you guys have been imagining him this whole time?
A little bit annoying guy. 23.
Same accent.
That's 21 damage.
Okay.
Offhand dagger. Ooh, there's a 12 hit.
A 12 does hit.
It doesn't
Dead.
take the sneak damage, so it's like 28 damage total.
Dead. That's enough for it to die.
Yeah, let's go!
Pop it right
Okay.
in the side, and it just falls over kaput.
Damn, we came here for 1, we go away with 3.
Okay, so here's the deal, guys. You can only carry 100 pounds of meat.
Yeah, we've got a wagon for this shit, don't we?
I got
Yeah.
it.
Whistle the wagon in.
Yeah, no, it's just some
Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail humor. Yeah.
More like Oregon Trail.
Yeah, you know
That's
that's
also a
actually a game.
Yeah, it's a game. It's a zombie
It-
version of Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Anyways, you got 3 hefty corpses in front of you, mostly intact. Who's doing the butchering?
Not me.
I believe Madeline is good at butchering things.
This is when we find out no one has survival.
I have survival 7.
Survival. But I do have a book of monsters. Would that count towards providing advantage?
God, I don't even think these things would be like
Animals aren't monsters, kind of deal.
monstery enough. Like, there's not every type of bird in there.
Yeah. Okay.
I have 7 survival. Who has the next? Who has better or next best?
I have 1.
I also have 1.
I have the best
Are we
score.
the same character?
Enough.
It feels like we are.
What do you have, Sean?
I have 0, so the best score if we're scoring on golf throws. Is that what we're doing?
No. So I guess I'm the one cutting them open.
You have
Yeah.
plus
Yes,
7, so yeah.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't think anybody's going to not do that.
Can we assist?
Are you just going after meat? You guys can watch and learn.
I can do the cutting while Callie like points and goes, "That's where you cut, and this is the way you do it." So is that counting as assisting?
Is it Madeline and Lucera who is both butchering, and then how we do this way, guys? One for each of you.
Okay. Also the fact that we may be taking the meat, but also, the organs inside are also good eating.
Just asking if we could assist to give him advantage on the roll. I don't want to take over one of them.
Okay. Then yeah, it's gonna take a while, but yeah, you can assist.
No advantage.
Yes.
Yeah, I should just not help with anything. I should just not be involved in any role ever anymore.
Okay,
It is
so
clearly infectious.
to be clear, there is so much meat here that even if you didn't know what you're doing, you can get a shit ton of meat. You don't have a way of preserving it, so like whatever you don't eat the next couple of days. Okay, I made the Oregon Trail joke, but in actuality, a lot of this meat's gonna go to waste. But you have like several days worth of meat here.
Unless we can try and dry it.
Yeah, if we dry it, would that work?
Yeah, it's hard to do on a moving caravan though.
Shape water. Just pull water
That's-
out of it. Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I have shape water as well. We'll just keep pulling it. Actually, while we have the meat there, what I'm going to do is ritual cast detect poison and disease, just to be safe.
Oh yeah, sounds good. They're fine.
Cool.
The meat's fine at least.
Can I eat mine with chanting?
This doesn't say anything about drying, but I'll allow it. Why not?
Aerial water you can see can be done in the following ways. Happy with a very liberal interpretation of it, but
I'm fine with the liberal interpretation.
or actually we can freeze it.
But it only lasts for an hour.
It's a cantrip.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So
You're the fridge now.
Oh yeah, well I have it as well. So myself and Madeline can just take turns just topping up the freezing.
For the sake of sanity, you can try it.
Okay. This is how you get what you want with Ryan, guys. You just create a super complicated plan, and he'll give you the simple solution of something else.
I mean, simple solution is best solution. Okay. You get several hundred pounds of meat, if you want. There's some furs. They're really heavy. I don't know if you want to do anything with that shit. Yeah, I mean the meat's good enough. You don't really need to grab the guts, so you just leave the corpses here if you want. Sound good?
Sure.
Sure.
I mean, I hope that improves Pharaoh's mood a little bit. That hey, we have extra food for everyone.
Yeah. I mean,
it means we're
you'd
less
have to wave
stress.
it. Yeah, you'd have to like wave him over, and like they'd bring the caravan. It's like here's several extra 100 pounds of, and yeah, Pharaoh is happy. He just says, okay, well this is good. At least we're past the difficult part of the terrain, so all this extra weight shouldn't be an issue.
We can eat good. We
Yeah.
don't have to worry about running out.
Yeah, no, this is good. Most of our other rations were just biscuits anyway, so this is great.
Cool.
Okay. Let me transfer us over to the map.
It's unfortunate Lucia almost died, but you know.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Just for the sake of it, I'm gonna roll a death save, and if it's a natural one, I'm just gonna quit the session.
No, don't do that.
I'm really...
Roll that.
Oh wow!
Right.
Almost the exact opposite. All right, fine. I guess I'm staying around.
You needed a good roll.
It would have been a sign. Like I'm not supposed to be here tonight. Clearly. Yeah, carry on. Let's continue.
We're eating good tonight, boy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I'm just trying to make the next map while we're doing this. Okay. Yeah, that's the end of it. The journey continues just fine. Do you remember those little bunny things with like the horns from earlier?
Yeah.
You still see those. I can't remember the name of them. You still see
Flopsies.
those occasionally here.
Judges.
What was it, Toxie?
Oh, sorry, what were you talking? The birds?
The bunny
mosquito
rabbits.
birds? Oh,
bunny
The
rabbit.
bunny rabbits with the horns.
jackalope.
Flopsies.
Sounds good. Flopsies. You can call them whatever you want.
Danger.
Yeah, you
saw
see
them all
some
Roger.
things. They're just running around. Smaller amount of them. It's kind of startling because you just see like the grass in the distance start moving all together. and then once they get close enough, you just see them like they're like dolphins through water. They just sort of like pop up to look around and see what's going on. So I'm just trying to make the next damn map. There we go. Okay. Oh, and Madeline, you get your bear traps back.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
The day ends uneventfully with tons of food. For those who eat. Kylie, do you eat food?
Nope.
Okay.
I suppose I can, but I don't have to.
Yeah, but I imagine it just like drops in your stomach and then falls out or something.
I mean, something needs to feed the fungus.
Yeah, I guess. Just eating dirt. Find some really nice dirt.
Yep.
Okay. The end of the day comes. At the end, you guys make good progress. It looks like the area with the skull and crossbones just up ahead. Actually, I need the same map. See? Oh, I have you on the wrong damn page. That's why. Sorry. There you go. It looks like the area of the skull and crossbones is just up ahead. You should probably hit in the first like hour or so of the morning.
So long rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Where the caravan stop. Long rest.
Cool.
I imagine it's the same as always, where the people who don't sleep are like on watch. Hork, are you doing? Like any watch? Or are you just sleeping?
Yeah, hell no, these guys don't need to sleep. I need a full 8 hours. And a cup of coffee in the morning.
The most fucking lazy. Fucking okay, we all take turns. You know what? No, I want to be the only character that always sleeps all the time.
I'm not taking turns when you guys sleep half the time that I do, and you don't even sleep.
Yeah.
He needs his sleep and his breakfasts.
Yeah, this is very true.
All four.
Lots of breakfast. Exactly. And allowances.
So for Lucira and Callie and Madeline, can you all please give me perception checks, please?
Perception.
Yes, sorry, Bob.
Take me for.
Percept.
A person with eyeballs.
You're so wrong.
Callie.
Hello.
It is either because the deep grass that you're able to hear it, or the deep grass is what hides it. There is something stalking the camp. There are several somethings stalking the camp.
Okay.
No, sorry, I have a sinus infection, so like, give me a second.
I've put a thing in links for
Sorry.
people. Several somethings.
Yes. Do you guys have a campfire going?
I'd guess so.
Yeah, man, I don't want to be cold.
I have to
Yeah,
cook the
probably
meat.
Do we?
I mean, if you dry it out completely, I don't know if you do have to clean it.
Yeah, that would be like. Nobody wants to eat jerky the entire time.
Yeah, it's like salami or something. Okay. Something you have several somethings stalking the camp, circling around. 4 or 5 somethings you can tell with your high perception. No one else is aware of these.
Is this when I'm on watch or when I'm in my rest mode?
I believe your rest is still a waking thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So you just can't like be up and doing stuff.
Okay. Then Callie will just say loud enough for the people around him to hear. I'm guessing that he's not the only one awake, or is he the only one awake? Or
you have two companions that don't sleep. Everyone's
true.
Your meditative state, you're still awake. Everyone is.
Callie will just announce then, like not too loud, but loud enough. We are being surrounded. But he doesn't move, just in the hopes that it's creatures and not a sentient being that can understand him, so that everyone can maybe start moving slowly to prepare.
Oh, hang on, sorry. Did we not? We didn't finish the long rest then, did we not?
You have not finished the long rest. No.
Oh, okay, let me put everything
No,
back.
we finished the previous long rest. This is a different night, right?
Oh, is it a different?
Wait.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you said long rest, and then that's fine, and then you said Then it's the
Yes.
next one.
Have we had a long rest since the butchering?
The butchering, you
Yes.
have not.
You
have
said,
not, okay.
because I
Yeah,
said, is it a long rest? And you said yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
you said,
this
oh yeah,
is
you're
the
long rested, and then we just
start
carried on.
of a
So
long rest. Yeah.
fine.
Okay, let me
cool.
change my
During the
spells.
day, could I have
hold on.
short rested at some point?
Hold on. So that's an error I'll keep in my mind in the future. Leave your shit as it is, okay?
But that's why I asked long rest, so I could long rest.
Understand. Give me a second here.
This sounds like a you guys problem because I'm exactly the same whether or not we take a long rest.
Leave everything as though you'd long rested. I understand this problem in the future. I'll avoid it. I'll make it more clear. Anyways, Callie, you sense you hear things surrounding you, like 5 of these things. They're about 50, 60 feet off, circling. You announce to Madeline and Lucera, who I imagine are near enough.
Yeah.
I would have said it loud enough that they would hear.
Yeah, absolutely. At that time, that blue light that I had mentioned earlier, which you haven't seen this morning, pops on like a flashlight or like a light bulb, and you can see it's right over there. It's not too far away, half-hour walk, but the light that it puts out is considerable, and the things that were surrounding your camp run off in the opposite direction. So that way.
Okay.
And it pops off very brightly, and then it simmers down to the general like aura it had.
Interesting. So, do we want to go and explore what this is?
No, we do not want to go towards the blue light that scares away the animals.
The scary blue light.
I
We
think
do not want to
that.
go.
I think
We are on a thread the needle. Sorry to interrupt you, but we are on a thread the needle mission. Thread the needle does not involve running towards big scary blue lights.
I mean, listen, it's a skull and crossbones. How scary could it be?
I mean, we all have skull and crossbones inside of us.
It's like
But-
one skeleton. How bad could that possibly be?
Well, which of my bones are crossed?
your ulnar and your radius when you rotate your wrist.
But my wrist isn't rotating because I'm holding the mouse.
That's exactly when it rotates.
That's when it rotates.
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
called
what?
ulnar. Yeah,
It's horrible.
yeah.
I hate the human body.
Uh,
The default position for your arm is to have the bones crossed.
yeah, I'll show you some
Well, I don't
ergonomic
have
mice.
any
Like,
arms, so jokes on you guys.
I don't think we should investigate now. We should let people know in the morning if nothing else strange happens, and then because us
Madeline
going
looks
off in the middle of the
over-
night.
Madeline
Yeah,
looks
but
over at Lucera, who is just a pile of blood and bones from the previous fight, and goes, "Perhaps you should rest for the rest of the night."
I can't fucking believe you crit me on the one attack on me, Ryan. I fucking hate you.
I'm so happy because those creatures in a group will fuck you up. And the fact that one of them was able to also fuck you up by himself.
You mean on the one attack in the
Yeah.
fucking encounter they got?
I'm so happy.
Oh,
I'm so
believe
happy.
me, I blindness deafness prepared just in case, so we could. Anyways, yeah, I think we should wait till the morning and then discuss it as a whole team.
I mean, sure, probably the smart choice, but like, who wants to do the smart choice?
You should, after you lost like 4 lungs and, the rest of your spine.
It was only more than my entire health bar. That's all.
You have only 30 hit points. You're weaker than a tiny little halfling. Let's not go running off to the light.
I mean, I'm a wizard, so that tracks.
Yeah. Still, no, it's not, please.
Okay.
I mean,
So we're
I
waiting.
still think we should go and explore, but it seems that the rest of the cowards don't want to.
All right, Miss Half of her blood left. Let's calm down.
I mean, you assume I need half
She
that.
is significantly less than half her blood left.
Oh, no, because I'm back at full hit points, aren't I now?
God.
Yes, as of now. Yeah.
See, I'm fine. Fast
Yeah, fine.
recovery.
Just a little bit of a nap and a sandwich. Perfectly fine. Plus, you need it after being stabbed in the stomach.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I guess we're not investigating.
No, we're not.
Okay. Anything
Alright.
else strange happened that night?
Not a thing. Sun comes up, beautiful sunset or sunrise. Camp gets itself together, and okay.
Inform Pharaoh of what happened at night.
Yeah, Pharaoh appreciates it, but it's happy nothing happened. Okay, Pharaoh pulls out the map. Are we on the map? We're on the map. Good. And yeah, you're gonna be threading the needle. You're just south. It looks like there's an area between Nosebleed Forest and Skull and Crossbones. Where there's a unhorrible, we'll call it unhorrible area.
Sorry, that reminds me. Where did we see the blue light? Was it towards Skull and Crossbones or in the forest? Or
It is towards the Skull and Crossbones.
yeah, okay, that makes sense.
In fact, it's a pretty good guess that the Skull and Crossbones area is the glowing blue light.
See,
It's just
the guy
Chernobyl
told
there.
us.
Yep, it's an old nuclear reactor, guys. Anyways, so next morning comes and everyone gets their shit together, and the caravan heads out. You should be able to get to, if everything goes fine, you should be able to get to the river at the end of today.
Perfect.
So you guys go yourself south. And is it all four of you at front of the caravan? It's very tall grass here, so like you do need people up front to like push down the grass and find
Make sure there's no
holes
rocks in the
stuff.
way.
Yeah, basically stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
fine.
terrible like movement, but does take a little bit of time. Okay.
Probably like spread out in a fan shape rather than just like walking straight ahead of it. Sort of thing.
There's two front, one front left, one front right kind of deal.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. That's good. Hork, you have difficulty seeing over the grass. It's like at head level.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And they're all, so Lucira, Madeline, and Callie and are pushing the grass down, and I guess Hork is like right behind. And as they're working their way through, Hork, can you give me? Fuck it, you don't need. Hork, you see on the ground that the rest of the party has like moved over. You see an object on the ground. It looks like some sort of like a very tribalistic mask sort of thing. Maybe it's some sort of animal bone or animal skull. Maybe like one of the Auroch skulls turned into a mask. It has some beadwork on it and stuff.
Oh, I'm picking up.
Picking up?
Yep.
Okay, cool. It doesn't have an immediate negative impact or effect or like that.
An immediate one.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to be like, it explodes. Yeah, it looks like some sort of like tribal, like ritual thing. You don't know if it has any value. It's kind of an oddity, but definitely made out of bone and like decorated up. It has like symbols carved into it. Very, very rudimentary and basic, not like elegantly done.
Does what size of? So it's just like an animal skull.
Take a cow skull and make it a little bit bigger.
Okay. And then there's no gems or anything on it. It's just different
Beads.
types of beads.
Just beads.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beads. Man, I really want to put it on, but that's probably. I'm going to just slip it into a pocket from now, or backpack, or attached to my backpack or something like that.
Okay, that was good. Yeah.
Do we have like a jeweler or a smith or some like the person who can repair things?
Yeah, you got a bunch of dwarves. They know stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll wait until we.
Not bone.
finished
Bone's
traveling.
kind of an oddity. Many
Yeah, but I want to try and attach some of those sad rubies to it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Make a sad mask. Great. I imagine it'd be like Lucira and Madeline on the sides and Callie in the front, just pressing on grass. And the ground goes up and down a bit, and there's elevation drops, stuff like that. Very minor. But at the top of one of these lips, Lucira, you can see that there is a very obvious part in the grass where the grass just stops existing. Off to your left, in the skull and crossbones general area. And if you get within like even 15 feet of it, you can see that the earth itself there, this is a significant area, several hundred, well, let's say 100 feet diameter circle, and maybe a bit beyond that, of just black earth and nothing actually growing there. And beyond that, you see like bits and pieces of grass popping up, but also black earth intermixed with that grass. That's all you can see there.
Okay.
I think Callie and Madeline would eventually like see it as well as they move forward, but you're the first one to actually like run across this stuff.
Okay. Do I know what kind of effect could cause this? Like, is it?
Negative, like evil energy, cursed land, some sort of horrible traumatic magical event. Even doesn't have to be evil, but it definitely has that sort of feel to it.
Okay. It seems that something of great significance happened here. It is.
Lucier, actually, could you I need to stop requiring perception checks for like basic stuff. Lucier, as you like look across this thing, you spot a couple of these like totem along the edge of it. They are sturdy sticks or staves, essentially driven into the ground, and they have a decorated a skull on them with jewelry, like nothing valuable, like beads, of all sorts of different animals, and a few of them you can tell are like human skulls or the equivalent. And you can even see one extra large skull, like an ogre skull. And you can see them just dotted around the perimeter every like 60 feet or so. The skulls are pointed inwards.
Can I tell anything about the totems if they are like actually magical, or are they actually doing anything, or is it just a superstitious case
You'd
of...
have to, if you have detect magic that works, you'd have to like go up to them and examine them that way.
I do not have detect magic. I feel like I always should, but I was limited on my spells.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, because it's just to the very edge of it. It's not like I'm going into the area yet, am I?
Yeah.
Then sure. I mean, how far away? Sorry, is it from the caravan?
It's that's about 100 feet away. Is where you can see like the black dead grass start, and then the totems around that. It's off to the left. It's just because the grass is so damn tall, it's kind of obscured for everyone else. So you're just in a position where you see it first.
I will be back momentarily. But fuck me, that's another word you can't say in that accent, or I can't.
It's fine.
I will be back shortly. I'm going to look into this. And I'd like to go and try and examine these. I'm just going to call them totems.
I would like to pop a resistance on her because Callie has a feeling that this may still have something remaining in it. So have a resistance just in case.
I don't know. Lucier hasn't announced it to anyone. Just Lucier.
Oh, sorry. I thought because she said I'll be back momentarily.
Yeah,
it's fine. I mean, honestly, if someone's like, "I'll be right back," casting resistance on them is totally makes sense to me, just as a precaution. It's like, take this.
It's dangerous to go on.
Yeah, Lucier, you break off from the pack and you walk about 100 feet over to where the black soil starts and the dead grass and the totems, and you go examine one of the totems. If it's a type of magic, it's very, very basic. Why don't you give me a knowledge? You can either do religion or you can do Arcana.
Arcana
They'll give you
my go-to.
They'll give you different answers.
Yeah, I imagine there's going to be some religious significance to it. I don't fucking care about that. I want the magic behind it. How important do I think this is, and do I want to use my inspiration? And secondly, with my rolls, do I think the advantage is going to actually help me at all?
This is the time where you say no, and you need it.
I know, it is. I hate it. Oh, it's going to be, I roll with advantage. Cool, here's 2 4s. How significant do I think it is? It's a freaking cursed land. Yeah, I'll use my inspiration. Like, you don't come across these very often, and if you do, you should be very concerned. So I'll roll Arcana with advantage. Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. 15's. I understand.
I mean, yeah, the advantage.
Half the time, using your advantage point is not going to give you an actual advantage. Just half the time. Anyways, okay, 15 Arcana. This is a very, very rudimentary ward of some sort. Probably like an anti-evil ward. You see that on the skull itself of each of these things, it has a very crudely drawn in, like with a spiked stone. It has some sort of symbol. Do you know giant? It looks giant.
No, I do not know giant.
Okay. Giant has its own like language and it's notable. So you like look and like, I think that's probably like giant something or other.
Yeah, it's probably easier to tell what a language is than actually understanding.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can look at most languages and go, you can take a rough guess at what it is.
Arcana. Something something traumatic has happened to this land. If you can't deduce what that is with a 15 and no like actual investigative tools or detect magic like that, you want to take a step inside? Give me more information.
I'll just reach a hand out into it first. Like, just sort of grab a handful of the, or just touch onto the ground. Because I imagine that some cursed grounds could be very, very bad. Also, I don't think this could be that bad, because if it's being held back by very rudimentary magic, it's probably not too strong, but yeah.
Okay. So you put your hand in, and it gives a it gives the feeling of being watched. There is some sort of sentience in here. It is some sort of negative energy thing. For 15, put your hand, like exposing yourself to it. This is a not good place. There's something in there. It's not just a cursed land. There's like something in there.
Right.
You can't really tell much more than that.
So this is a prison or a containment of something.
Yeah, if it was a prison,
Like, not like a prison, but like,
yeah,
I guess
the ogres. I don't think the ogres are like clever enough to set up a prison for a thing using magic wards. That's out of their ability. They're pretty just superstitious. You can see there is one thing that catches your eye as you're like looking around examining. There is something that catches your eye. On the ground, about 8 feet in, on the ground itself, you can see that there is a shimmer of silver metal. It looks like a sword or a short sword or a long sword that you can't tell. It's partially covered with dirt. It looks rather old too. Just sitting there.
Cool.
Looks like an old blade. It looks like the hilt is very old. But the blade itself is still like in immaculate form. Not even any rust or what do you call it?
Soul scratches or...
Yeah, it's in perfect shape.
Cool. And that's like, with it 8 feet?
Yep.
Cool. I got this thing. Musiri is arrogant, not stupid. If there is something that has this strong an effect on it, whether it's having an effect on the land or if it's something else, but she can feel the presence, she's not going to go in there. However, I do have Mage Hand.
Oh, that's good.
So I would like to cast Mage Hand, and I will have the Mage Hand try and get the sword. and hopefully bring it to me.
10 pounds. Okay. It is so. Like I said, the hilt is visible. The blade is visible mostly, but it is like stuck in the ground. That's why you can't tell if it's a long sword or a short sword. 10 pounds. What's your casting skill or attribute?
Intelligence.
Roll me a intelligence save as sort of the equivalent of a strength check sort of thing.
An intelligence save.
Intelligence check.
Intelligence check. That
Sorry.
was the same thing, actually.
Yeah. Well, that's terminology is different. They denote.
No, I just mean number wise. No, they are different things. It's just number wise they're the same.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, that's higher than I expected. Honestly,
your magical abilities are good enough that you are able to. You feel the sword start to like pull out of the ground. As you're doing that, you can see that the blade starts to. How to say? It had a beautiful silver bluish color to it. When you start moving it, you see that it starts to glow bright blue, and it starts to really shine blue. And you can see a black mist, not like the mist you saw before, which is sort of how to describe. It's a black mist. It's more silky. It starts to like bubble up from the ground itself, around the sword, and you can see a hand, a skeletal hand made of this black mist, come up from the ground itself, and then at that point the sword comes loose and comes towards you. And when you look back at the ground where the mist was, you see there's nothing there anymore.
Totally not ominous at all. When you say it comes towards me, I'm assuming do you just mean like the mage hand is carrying it, or it's
the mage hand is carrying it.
Okay, cool.
It goes from like stuck in the stone to loose.
Okay,
like that.
I thought you meant like it just goes. It's animated and attacking.
No, it's not animated. But you have to apply pressure and pull it out of the ground, stuck in, and it flies towards you. Not in a murder you sort of way, but more in a, you're pulling it sort of way.
Okay.
But you don't see any of the mist. It seems to have stopped. There.
And it's still this bluish material.
Yes. It is a silver. It definitely looks like silver, but there's something magical about it. Even when you hold it, it puts off a faint blue glow to it. It is a long sword.
Okay. That's actually fine. Let me still. Remind me what adamantine looks like.
It does not look like adamantine.
Okay, cool. That's fine. But hang on, sorry. It's silver, but it glows blue.
That's correct.
Okay, cool. So it's not like a silverish, bluish metal. It's more like enchanted glow.
Yeah.
Okay. That is fine. I'm sure that absolutely nothing can go wrong with picking up a weapon from a very blatantly cursed land.
Yeah. The hilt, like I said, is in really rough condition. It's made of different metal, not silver. It is very rusted. It's gonna be, you'd have to like fix it up before you can use it as a proper sword, or else it might just break mid-swing.
Okay.
The blade itself is in perfect condition.
Yeah, but the hilt or the handle
needs a bit of love.
Is
you can make a new one through like wood or something like that.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Lucira will just take it. I don't really have I don't have a sheath or anything for it.
Yeah.
Just gonna make carrying it a bit inconvenient. I suppose there might be something I can just wrap it in.
Yeah, sure.
Like
you have a bag or cloth. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
From home, a scarf, I guess, or something like that. Yeah.
Yep. But I'm gonna. Again, I don't have to detect magic or anything, but this feels safe to say it's magic if it's literally glowing blue.
It's magic.
You're
smart.
It could be an enchantment of blue glowing, but it's magic.
Your sword's blowing glue.
It is glowing glue. That sounds like a magic item. You cast glue with it. Yeah, that's fine. I don't see anything else out there, do I? I mean, you said just the dirt
It's
and
pretty barren.
grass, but barren.
Why don't you give me a perception check?
Sure thing. Yes, you see a giant pair of eyes looking at you.
You didn't notice the dragon. Looking out there, with a second view, you can see buried underneath the dirt. You wouldn't even be able to tell if they had grass on it because it's completely like barren, or most of it's completely barren, with this black earth. You can see like parts of what you think are armor, and you see other weapons. Most of them are 99% covered in dirt, but you can see like occasional bits pop out. This looks like some sort of battlefield.
So it's an ancient battlefield where something horrific has happened in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can connect those two dots. What? Actually, that's reminds me. What sort of style is the sword in? Like, if we've seen like elvish swords or dwarvish
it would
ogre.
Elvish swords definitely stand it. It's elvish. It has
It's
a
an
bit of a
elvish.
curve to it. Yeah, it's elvish.
Okay, cool. So this seems like it could have been where the elves, where the Shadowkai fought in the past with something, maybe.
Oh,
Okay.
It's a silvered sword, and that's
Well, there's a battlefield.
yeah.
All right. Then yeah, Lucia will just sort of carry that back with some knowledge on what's happened, but
That's good. You show it to the group.
hey, yeah, I found this cursed land, and there's a sword here.
As soon as you approach Callie, it starts to glow bright blue.
Are you sure you should be bringing that closer to me?
I was not expecting this reaction. It was already glowing, but not this strong.
It goes from nightlight to full.
It's a sword of flare. Got it.
Do not stare directly into the sword.
Yeah.
Not that bright, but significant.
Okay.
Little we know, it's not actually a sword. It's one of those things that flight deck crew use to wave aircraft around.
Yeah. I need to go get his good.
That was a good one.
Does it glow like proportionally brighter as I get closer to Callie, or
about like 15, 20 feet. Yeah. Starting at about 50 feet out, it goes. It's hardly noticeable at that distance, but as you get to like 30 feet, it goes to very bright, and it doesn't increase much past that.
So if I remember rightly, so there was a group of elves or shadow. Did we have or something elvish with the ruins that we first found, right? With the anti-undead barrier.
Yep.
Did we figure out what they were? That if they were elvish or something? I don't remember.
There wasn't enough really left. They were definitely elvish. If they were Shadowkai or not, there wasn't enough.
Yeah. Okay.
To really tell. That place got pretty fucked up through time.
Yeah. Okay. But it seemed elvish, and now we've got an elvish sword, which is also reacting to the presence of a questionably undead.
I mean, he is undead. There's
He
no
is 100%
question.
undead, but
I did in fact die.
I mean, yeah, so did I. Just before then, I got back up. Fine. But
How
okay.
you are undead, right? Because the moss kind of throws me off. Are you a plant? Or you're undead, right?
It could be an undead plant. Plants still have lives.
I am undead that has a friendly neighbor of fungal colonies living within him.
You're undead with a hobby. Gardening.
Instead of having a garden outside his home, he has the garden inside his own body.
Inside of him.
Yes.
You are HBO's Last of Us. You are spore zombie.
Oh no, I don't get zombie this level yet.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I can't really just stay at 50 feet, so hopefully there's something in the wagon or in the that I can wrap it in, or
Well, what if it's just like Orcust from Lord of the Rings, where it just glows when there's undead nearby, but it doesn't actually hurt them?
it's entirely possible. Or it could be Skyrim's Dawnbringer, the sword that makes that explode.
I would be willing to poke the sword to see.
Cool. What's your backup character?
I'm going to use the sword to poke you.
Yeah, that's fine. And he volunteered. You all heard. He consented.
He wants it.
Because finding out is important. Callie will go over and he will poke the sword.
Okay.
How much radiant damage does he take?
Callie, your hand catches on fire.
Oh wow.
You take 3 damage. Your hand is on fire.
Okay. Water now. Water now, please. Water on this.
You're the one with the shaped water.
I need water to shape.
I'll pour my canteen over his hand.
Just suck it out of the meat and directly under your hand.
Oh shit, wait, that's the canteen full of whiskey in his hand. No, I pour my water canteen on his hand.
Okay.
Thank you. That was excessively painful.
That was extremely painful. Didn't sound it. It was.
Just a bit charred.
Well, it seems as though it is most definitely enchanted to ward off undead. Seems like it could be of great help, but admittedly, it's some risk to yourself.
Perhaps you just don't touch it in the future.
I mean,
Yeah.
I won't now that I know, but now that we know against undead, it's quite powerful.
Indeed.
Callie does not being let. Bleh, never mind.
Does not like being on fire. Understood.
And Callie is undead. Therefore, this sword is really good at keeping undead away.
Yeah, noted. Noted, understood. If at any point I ever need to kill Callie, I mean, nothing. Okay, that's fine, yeah. Continue with my plan of wrap up and hopefully see if I can do something about the hilt at some point in the future.
Are we're all gathered in a group now since Callie caught on fire, yeah?
Yeah, it's a huddle.
I'm gonna pull out the mask and say, "This is strange. I found this when I was walking along, because I'm walking here. Hey, I'm walking.
I found. Okay, I'm not repeating it. It hits.
Can Sean pop on fire?
I found this
6 radiant damage.
this weird like mask or something. It looks pretty cool, but do we think these things are related?
So, from your description, I'm assuming it's like what was on the totems.
It's the same. It has the same symbol too.
Same symbol. Okay. Yes, it seems so. There's it seems to be an very old battlefield over there. There's seems to be other items in there, but it is most definitely cursed ground. I would not recommend going in there. I am confident in my abilities, but not that confident.
Seeing what the sword did to me, I think I might stay on the outside of that circle.
See the light, the blue light that comes off of the sword? Is it all the same or similar hue to the blue light that we see at night? Or in the distance?
question, actually.
Can I get my Dulux color chart out and see if I can tell what form of blade this is? Because I think that this is probably beachcomb grey or turtle dove grey. But you can let me know.
Did you actually just go and get a Dulux color chart? Or
You know you did.
were you actually just like drawing that out so you could literally Google it?
Okay, hold on.
Real Chads use the
Hold on.
Pantone color chart.
No, they do not.
I'm gonna put it in links. This is the blue.
Oh my god, it actually. Quick.
It looks like what Iron Man's heart looks like on the inside.
Nuclear reactor
Oh.
blue. Okay.
It's called Cherenkov radiation.
Yeah.
Great. I'm walking around.
I
with a
told you it was.
radioactive
I told you it was a fucking nuclear reactor in the middle of the Skull and Crossbones area.
sword.
No,
This hits someone with the sword really hard and explodes.
It's so
Marvel's
sharp
right,
you
that's
can
definitely
split
a wrong
atoms.
colour. All right.
Alright.
So is that a yes or a no? Do the blues match up?
Hold on. What was the blues of what? The sword and the what?
Does the blue and the sword match the tone or color of the blue that we see at night or in the distance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great. And that blue is the same kind of blue that we saw in the reactor and the other runes.
Yeah, pretty similar.
So
Okay.
Oh, there's
If
something
they-
to note though.
oh.
This sword, I mean, you guys saw that from fucking 10 miles off. That is a lot of blue light. This sword was not producing all that blue light.
Yeah, no. Okay, and
But what if there's a really big undead and they go really bright?
I was just going to say, so if this blue is the same as the other blue, and the blue gets stronger the closer we get to undead creatures, perhaps the death zone is a death zone because at the center of the death zone there is some sort of outpost and it's surrounded by undead.
Perhaps whoever it is, they people here went to the went to the trouble of making a field or a barrier to keep out undead. It makes sense that perhaps they have other enchantments that do the same. If there were significant undead presences here, but it would certainly explain the presence I felt within that area. As confident as I am, I would perhaps agree that staying out of that area is in our best interest.
I would agree. No matter how much I want to see if we can possibly find more blades, we should just continue.
Oh, there is without a doubt most things. There is a whole battlefield there. I saw armors and weapons thrown across the field, but this one was simply within reach.
Oh, I really want to go and try and get some armor.
What do you think I'm saying? You
You son of a bitch.
I'm sure with the fine metalwork, I am sure they will be worth a great deal, but it would be risky.
Go for a high price, indeed.
Oh, for arms? For this metalwork to have sustained through all this time, it must be a great deal indeed.
So it's at that point that Pharaoh is going to walk from the caravan over to you guys and just, hey guys, what's going on?
We found
Cursed
some
land,
kind
it
of undead
seems.
killing-
All right.
One at a time. Hork, what's going on?
We found some kind of undead harm and blade on a cursed battlefield.
We
Yes.
should probably stick away from that then.
But there's
I
so
will be-
much stuff over there.
Yeah, well, we're not here to. I mean, if you want to do that in your own time later on, but right now we got schedule to meet.
I think of all my time as my own time, but I will concede the point.
I believe we have tallies here enough. but I'm curious where. Although, actually, no, I'll wait until Farrah's gone to say this.
Yeah. I'll also say, there's a bunch of dried grass around here. We shouldn't be playing with fire, so be careful with that, okay?
Oh, that's okay.
Hey, what the hell are you, my mom?
He'll just like nod at you guys and just walk back to the caravan.
Okay. Yeah,
Where does that guy get off? I just walk
Well,
away like shaking my head.
Although I am curious, if he found the mask,
It could extend past it.
yes, then and these totems were creating a barrier of sorts for this cursed land, then does that mean there is a totem that is broken somewhere?
Hey, maybe that's a good point, actually.
And if so, does that mean that whatever is in can get out?
If I take the skull closer to Callie, does anything happen?
Did he burst into flames again?
No.
If I put the skull on and look at Callie, does anything happen?
Pork, can you give me a? No, I'm just fucking with you. No, nothing happens.
We are just the kings of picking up blatantly cursed items, aren't we?
I love it so much. I'm gonna wear the skull anyway. I don't know. Maybe this will stop a blade or something. We should probably continue. I take your point. It's not a very safe place to go.
I would like to not be on fire.
Like walking into
again, so let's
Queens.
go.
Yeah, I think the caravan's carrying on. I mean,
Yeah, I'm as we're carrying on with the caravan, I'm gonna try and like stick next to Lucida, and like pester her with questions about what she saw. So, with any shields, do you see shields?
I will give as apt a description as I can. I mean, it was a battlefield.
I didn't see any shields. Yeah, you saw what looked like helmets, maybe a breastplate, something like a spear, maybe.
Ooh, a spear. Any daggers? Do you see any daggers?
You don't even fucking use daggers.
God damn it, just answer the question.
That's not the point. That's not the point. Yes,
I like to pick up things, okay? Don't judge me.
It was a very large battlefield, but there were many things over there that I could see the metal, I could see the glint, but I could not tell what they were. So perhaps indeed there were daggers there, but I could not see. The only things I could most notably make out were some pieces of armor, a spear, this sword, but I could not tell what most of them were.
All right. Okay. As we hit the next like patch of long grass, I'm going to try and just disappear from our sight. I'm going to roll a stealth check, but if I get in that one, it's going to be hilarious.
I'm sorry. What do you do?
I'm just going to dodge. I'm finished with the conversation now, and I can't be bothered saying goodbye. So as we hit, I'm going to walk alongside her until we hit like a fresh patch of long grass and try and disappear.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
I really wanted that one, so this is hilarious.
There's an advantage because you're shortness grass.
Oh, come on. Like he needed help from it.
No, it's a 23.
You did need help from it.
But
I don't think you can get close to that without being a crit.
no. But I did meet his first one.
I would have just added the 1d in the sake of that.
Yeah. Disappears.
Okay. I checked.
Occasionally-
We still have the sword. You steal it from me
Occasionally,
again.
you just see the flash of bone white pop out of the grass, disappear back into it.
How funny it would be if I had stolen the sword from you.
I know.
His pants next.
I know. Oh, he's suddenly glowing blue. I wonder why.
Do you know what would be really funny? Like, if I replaced Lucida's pants with my pants. It would be just...
Anyways, continuing on.
Yes.
Sorry, I have to cough. You walk a bit more. It's another like 5 minutes or so of walking. That large barren cursed area to your left is still there. It's actually a good size. And you come to a point, all of you at once, where the grass stops. and you can see there is a 15-foot gap, and the grass starts again. And in that 15-foot gap, it is black soil. And you look to your left, there's the cursed battlefield, and you look to your right, and you can see this tendril of cursed soil extend into the forest.
Hmm.
What do you guys like to do?
What kind of black are we talking?
The cursed area has a tentacle reaching out, a metaphorical tentacle reaching out.
It's reaching across our path. Actually.
It's
Okay.
it's in your way.
Do we see any of the totem poles or dead people and stuff? I would say loot, but that seems.
If you look over to your left, there's like the totem poles surrounding like the area of 60 feet, but there appears to not be one right there where the metaphorical tentacle is starting.
Ah, hey, so remember when we were just saying that there might be a missing one? That there might be one missing somewhere.
Yeah, well,
Well, I think we found where that totem was meant to be.
yeah, it looks like we've got a leak.
Indeed, but I now wonder.
Do you think if we put this thing back on a spear and just put it in the ground, it'll stop it? Or do you think it's last magic?
I do not know. Perhaps, but it would it was such a long way outside of this. Actually, that's a good point. Can I make a check to know would it still if it's still got the runes and everything carved in? Still like.
I mean, this is a different type of magic than you're used to. This is pretty rudimentary stuff. Rudimentary stuff's simple to put up, not as effective, but it is hypothetically easier to fix. But you don't really have the experience to do this. If you want,
no, I'm just wondering if yeah.
hypothetically,
Does anybody have detect magic?
Nope.
As a
You son of a bitch.
I have very limited spells. Okay, fuck you.
let me hear Daryl.
as a non-book learned magic user, can I do an Arcana check to see if I can
What's your spell casting stat again?
charisma?
Fuck it, yeah. Roll me your Arcana.
It's all from a patron.
Yeah.
Before you roll it? Oh, no.
Fuck. Okay.
I don't think mine's
Worth
going
a shot.
to. Nope. Okay. Nope.
I don't
neither of you
have
guys know.
Arcana.
Yeah, I don't know anything about magic. I just know that my head is magic. That's all. I'm not going to even attempt to roll. My magic's so innate.
I'm wise, not smart.
I'm just psychic. Well,
I'm very friendly and it comes across as magic.
Oh, so you're a bard.
Friendship is magic all of its own.
no, a bard I'm very horny and it comes across as magic. These are very different things. He's a cleric. How long? And a rough guesstimate, how long is this? What's the width of it? Like, we are. Can I draw? Hold on.
What's the distance we would have to cover?
Yeah, like this way. So it cuts across our path. We're walking this way,
15,
and it cuts
20
across our path like this.
What? 15 to 20 feet.
Okay.
So, we can get across it in a turn. The wagon may have some difficulties doing it in a turn, depending on how slow it is, but it's not like it's wide. I would just hurry across and maybe leave the skull in place.
If this skull's still magic and it protects you against this kind of stuff, fuck you guys, I'm wearing it.
It might only work within the circuit.
It might. It also might not.
That is true.
I don't know.
Hey,
Then it is your choice.
hey, Ryan.
I like your word, magic man, but I'm not gonna listen.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
I'd like to turn into a pigeon and just fly over it, please. Go
Yeah,
really
no,
high,
just,
go over, and come down.
Do you turn to an undead pigeon? Is that how it works, or a pigeon?
You can't transform into
It
things.
turns into
with
dead
flying
pigeon and
speed
just lies there.
What? Wait, sorry. What did you say, Toxie?
You can't turn into creatures with a flying speed yet.
Oh shit! Maybe we can turn into a
Oh,
creature
he's
with a
right.
jumping speed. with a
Right.
long jump.
Like I think it's level 5 you get swim speed, and then
Or
like level 9
burrowing.
you
I know,
get
I'll turn to... Can I turn
Wait,
into just a
what
mole?
level druid are you?
Or...
What's your CR that you can turn into?
Half or lower doesn't have a flying speed, but doesn't say anything about burrowing speed.
I mean, there's a lot of large cats that have like a 25-foot jump speed or jump distance.
See, this is this. What challenge rating is this? No, that's
You get up to half.
yeah. I've Lion's one. I've one half. I have one half. Or.
Oh, okay. No, lions are 1. They have 25-foot.
Yeah. You're gonna struggle with anything with that much mobility, I think.
Anyways,
If you are a moon druid, on the other hand,
anyways. Yeah. So while innocents figure that out, what do you guys like to do? What do you guys want to?
I think that I'm probably the most well equipped here to get in and out, and if I get in there, at least evade some evil shit. I'm happy to take the first steps out and see if I can trigger anything or get past that.
it does not.
I just realized. Sorry, I do actually have levitate.
Oh fuck yeah!
So, yeah,
I hop in the fucking wagon. Levitate me.
You can't levitate the full wagon.
if you levitate enough, how high do you have to go?
It's 20. What do you mean?
How high up into the air are you looking to go to fly over?
Oh,
You don't have to.
What?
Like,
So
he's no
Ali
he's
was trying to fly over it.
yeah.
But we're assuming that the corruption is just the actual soil and not the area that is pillar black.
Mm.
You know, like even if we like, for example, right? Take for example, if you did have an animal that had a burrow speed, we're assuming that it doesn't seep all the way down. We're also assuming that it doesn't extend up.
Mm.
I think we should just hold spells in case something happens and just walk it.
Okay, I say we toss Horik as far as we can over and see at what point it starts affecting it.
A, nobody tosses the halfling, and B, I have volunteered to enter it first to see if anything happens.
Yeah.
I know, but if we toss you, we can see if it affects you in the air.
No.
I'll do a little jump and click my heels.
Click your heels 3 times and wish to get up.
Yeah. Take me to Queens. Take me to Queens.
Oh god.
Okay.
Yeah. So here's the thing: we can get across it in less than a turn.
Yeah.
I think it's the caravan which might be the more issue. So either we can go across it first and see if anything does come up, or we can all go in like essentially at the same time, just to try and minimize the amount of time that any of us are in there.
I mean, if we can just stay at the border, and as soon as something happens when Horik goes in, like we're right there.
Yeah. It's only 20 feet across. Everybody will be in range.
I mean, yes, you're correct, but the caravan still has to go across. And if we summon a giant scary monster after 15 seconds, we'd probably...
What's the caravan's movement speed? Do we know?
10 feet around.
And it's what? Sorry, and it was 30 feet across.
20.
20?
I think it's 2 seconds together.
Yeah. It'll take.
Let's just do it.
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna step out into the death zone.
Cool. Can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Do I get advantage for having the mask on?
Or does it give disadvantage?
I didn't expect you to wear the damn thing. Yes.
Yes,
Do you
disadvantage.
before I answer that, do you believe that it would have an effect?
Is it fairy magic?
Horik
It's giant magic.
Horik is of the belief that a lot of things help him out in his daily life that he doesn't fully understand. So it's not like he put it on and he was like, "This is definitely going to work." But he's
Maybe
very much open to the idea that placing
work.
something on his head would actually give him some kind of benefit, considering he flings mind daggers all day.
This might be like bad DMing, but the fact he's a halfling rogue who so far has done a lot of stupid stuff so far for the sake of confidence, I just have to give it to him.
It's in character.
It's in here.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a wisdom saving throw. With actually, hold on, fuck. One second.
Was it?
One second. I want to verify something real quick.
Sure.
Are halflings flammable?
This one very covered in booze.
I don't have anything here. Yeah, just give me a wisdom saving throw
Just straight
with advantage.
with advantage. Cool.
Oh my god, yeah, man.
Please let me know if that passes or not. I am because I have my thing. Oh, no, that's not a skill check. It's not a
you-
skill check. Sorry, it doesn't work.
You take a step in,
Okay.
and immediately you get the feeling that there is a predator here, but you're able to keep your composure. And you look around, there's nothing attacking you right now. So, okay, and then next step, and how deep are you going in?
If I step onto that and there's even an inkling that this is dangerous, like how big was that initial wave before I realized that was okay?
At no point do you feel like you're okay.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna hold my hand behind it and tell them to stop.
It's like wading into a swamp where you know there are alligators. If that can give you a good idea of what that would feel like.
Except
Oh.
the alligators are some unknowable entity that may be far more dangerous.
Oh, so working
I'm gonna-
retail.
I'm going to hold my hand out behind me. And I'm going to go. I can't explain it, but I wouldn't walk on this. And then I'm going to like try and sprint for the other side.
I'm not walking here.
I don't want to be
I'm
walking
running.
here.
I'm running here. I'm running here.
I'm running. Quick adventure. In, out, 20 minutes done. Let's go. Yeah, I'm going to try and sprint for the other side.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, you get to the other side. Absolutely. Sean, give yourself inspiration
Okay.
for
and
being
then
the first one to do a clearly terrible idea and doing it well and cleverly.
I'm gonna stand at the other side. I'm gonna say, it's only 20 feet, so I don't really need to show. But if we have the ability to circumnavigate this, I would. I feel like there is something in there. Is it long grass or is it burnt short grass?
It is
dead.
burnt.
It's
Yeah, it's. I mean, it is a mix of barren and like where grass tried to grow and failed.
It's literally scorched earth kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this expands into the forest, didn't it?
It did like
Yeah.
a tentacle reaching in.
Wait, shit! It goes all the way down.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
goes all the way down.
It goes all the
You
way.
guys,
Oh,
you guys are
fuck.
walking along a 60-foot strip between the forest edge and the cursed battlefield.
Yeah, there
And
is
for that
no
60
going
feet
around
in front of
this.
you.
Well,
There is no going around unless you go through the forest.
Wait,
we should probably go.
Okay,
in
knowing that,
direction to
then-
Pharaoh.
I think the rest of the caravan would like catch up at this point.
Yeah.
And Pharaoh's asking, okay, this looks bad.
This
How we
was
doing?
this was the cursed ground. I was.
Hark made it through, but he isn't feeling the best for it.
We made it through, but I can tell from experience, just from being close to it, it feels like there is something there. If there is it could simply be an enchantment for fear, but I would not recommend we dilly-dally. Got that? No, Lucia would not say dilly-dally.
Delay.
Waste our time.
We should not tarry while we are inside it. I would recommend you get across it as fast as possible if you mean to cross it.
I like the idea of Lucia saying dilly dally, but very
No,
harshly.
I'm fucking hard vetoing that.
Um,
Not say dilly-dally.
Callie at this point is going to cast
Dilly-dally.
cast resistance on himself, and then cross.
Give me the same throw. Wisdom
Um,
saving throw.
plus D4.
Oh no, it's a fucking wisdom save.
Yeah.
So guys, do you want to know
Oh,
what my worst
nailed
save
it.
is?
29. Is that okay?
Yes, you're fine. You run across.
I don't even. I don't know. He doesn't run across. He goes across like I'm one of the fungus, and the fungus is one with me.
Okay.
How you doing?
Yeah, you
Arik?
made it across. It's fine.
It seems fine.
Yep. Well, I'm waiting to see what happens with the caravan. Because even if we all cross it, it's kind of moot.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point.
Or Pharaoh's could be. Yeah, this is okay. I don't know what the danger is here, but I'm trusting you that it's dangerous. I'm glad that
Then-
you two are buddies over there. Stick together, whatever the solution is. We don't want you guys splitting apart. Understood?
Yep. Figured
Yeah.
may as well best if Horik wasn't by himself.
I mean, having
I mean, there is
two.
I mean, have
There
we
is a-
tried? Have we tried the forest?
No, I was just going to bring this up. That there is a possibility that it does not extend fully into the
I mean, they
forest.
called it nosebleed forest. We don't know if that's a very
Yeah,
bad
maybe-
allergy, maybe, or
It is a scout. They could have named it that simply for having a nosebleed well in there. Maybe,
well, they didn't scout the interior, so something kept them from going in there.
well, true, but it is also not their job to scout the entirety of the area.
Mm.
But I mean, we could have a look into the forest and see, but that
But on
could
the other
take
hand-
that could take a longer time.
Is this
Well, on the
audible
other
for
hand,
us?
do we know?
Oh, sorry, go on.
Do we know that this bad area here in front of us is actually dangerous?
Absolutely not. But whatever it is something happened here so horrific, cursed to the very ground. That is not something that happens lightly. But it is possible the danger is past and the fear is simply lingering magic causing a reaction within living people and partially
Well.
living. It is possible, but it is a risk. That is all there is to it.
Well, we can't
If you-
delay here too long.
Correct.
We need
If
to
you,
get to that site.
if you hurry across, you can make it in
I suppose.
mere seconds. But
I suppose the question is, Faro, the problem you know or the problem you don't. Which one would you rather tackle?
I don't know either of these problems. Okay, well, Rorik,
take a step in and see
Callie
it
made it
yourself if you wish.
yeah, he is going to take a step in. It is at that point, guys, that that mist clawed hands are going to shoot out of the ground and grab onto him.
Fuck. Can we try and attack them as Claude hands?
If you can do something very quickly, but they're gonna grab onto him, and then I'll let people do their thing.
Sure. Yeah.
What is the damage? What is the damage? It'll be roll. Need to attack first. What am I doing? That hits.
Oh my.
And your gut and fellow kill.
Don't
I'm
worry, it's
gonna
fine.
GM roll damage.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is it /GM roll?
Yeah,
Or slash
yeah.
GR.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do it.
GR. I knew it was something else.
Do a test one to be sure first.
Yeah, do that chest.
good point.
Just roll at 1d10 or something like that.
Do you guys see that?
Nope.
No.
Good, good.
Is it GR or
It is GR.
cool?
It's Geo, yeah.
Good to know for the future.
Okay, I misrolled that. One moment.
Oh god. Oh, that's the. Oh, I rolled
Killed him.
high. Oh no.
Yeah, there we go. No.
I just killed the NPC.
I added
Comment.
no. I added an additional 1 in front of how many dice I'm rolling. Okay, it's going to hit him, and it is also going to drag him. Let's see. Let me roll his save real quick.
So what we've established is that we are definitely going through the forest.
So what happens is Pharaoh takes a step in. Shadowy hands shoot up from the ground, grab his foot. You see Pharaoh scream out in pain, and it pulls him towards, so he falls on his back, and like it's a 20-foot gap. He's now 10 feet into that. What do you guys like to do?
Cool.
Do we initiative?
I roll initiative. Yeah. I got you initiative.
Where's my token?
Here, let me move over to a different screen.
A spooky map.
Turns out the Skull and Crossbones was for TBK.
Ryan, you do know it's not Halloween yet, right?
You went for robot. Can you repeat that?
You do know that it's not Halloween yet, right? We shouldn't be having spooky sets.
This is a spooky game all the time.
God.
If I can't kill Lucera, I have to kill one of the NPCs.
I mean, that's true. Kill them both if you want.
Oh, I thought I got a 22, you bitch.
Kill them all.
It's like,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Oh.
Oh wow, I'll take that.
Nice.
Here goes my plan.
Nat one, baby.
No. How do I keep this secret from you guys?
Ryan, secrets aren't
I don't think there's much danger here. How bad could it possibly? Oh god!
The person who pays us. No.
He's like, I don't
all the
think-
gold he's
not-
holding. No,
He's not the one paying us, is it? It's the company behind
No.
him, essentially.
Yeah, someone else is paying you guys. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
He's just the leader. I mean, if he dies, then I think we can collect his share.
Moneybags, no.
I don't think that's how that works, but sure.
I mean, listen, the time
I'm sure that's how that works.
Level 20, I think.
you can't say that I'm not his wife and I don't deserve it.
Yeah, we got married over there. I was on the bereaved husband.
No, this is not what you're fighting, but this is what I pulled out.
Okay.
Just to keep initiative.
Now we're fighting this. We're fighting that CR28 shadow creature.
Oh no, it's the witch guy. Oh no, damn it, Rob. Fuck, I messed up the joke. God damn it.
Okay, you know what? I'm tired of this shit.
Tired of this shit.
Fuck it. I'm gonna just pull out what it's supposed to be. I'm tired. It's dude, the big guy.
It's the dude.
Oh. No,
No,
it's
no, no.
actually the Witch King then.
The guy.
The dude.
This dude, bro, Chad.
Oh, hang on. What's...
He's hotboxed the ground.
Oh, Pharaoh needs to roll.
Why is the Forge World website showing me the prices in Australian dollars? Did I look poor?
Because it's
You-
arbitrary. It arbitrarily changes your.
Do you have a VPN on?
I don't. I don't know.
It's weird. You can
Jesus
just look
Christ. £31 is 74 Australian dollars. What's going on over there?
Yeah, Australian dollars are kind of weird.
Okay, cool. Pharaoh is there.
Does he?
Oh.
Does he have a dex bonus of 2 or better?
It's up to the players, and as the
Okay.
player of Pharaoh, I say you go first.
Okay. So he's 10 feet in, right?
Yep.
He's being grabbed by. Is it like a misty hand or a skeletal hand? I can't remember.
Misty Skeletal Head.
Misty skeletal hand. Okay. Callie would like to re-enter the area to go to Pharaoh. Do I need to
Okay.
roll another wisdom save?
I don't believe so. Once you succeed, you're fine. And you rolled like fucking a 40 or something.
29, I think. it was.
29.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to grab Pharaoh.
Okay.
Now, can I cast a Cure Wounds as I try to pull him across?
Pulling is entirely a movement-based action. However, the grabbing him out of the grasp of the thing, it has him grappled, so it'd be a
opposed, yeah.
strength-based opposed.
Okay, so that would take
you
my
would-
action,
you-
would it?
Yes, it would take your action. If you would like to cast healing instead, you can do that. So it's one or the other.
I'm going to try to keep Pharaoh alive. If other people can try and help break the grasp, so I'm going to cast Cure. Like, he was injured, right? He screamed out in pain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he took like 20 or 50.
But we don't know. I think he.
Oh yeah, he took an unknown amount of damage.
I'm going to cast a second level Cure Wounds, please. Cast of what level? Second. So 11 HP.
I have to restart roll 20. It's bugging out on me.
No worries.
Much better.
Yes. So.
You cast
11.
it at second level.
Yes.
Shouldn't it be more than 1d8 plus 5?
It's higher level cast.
Yeah, for me it's 3 plus 8. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, the 3 is from the 1d8. Okay, I thought. Okay.
And plus spellcasting modifier,
level
which is
1
increased
is,
there.
Yeah, level 1 is 1d8 plus casting, and then you get an extra d8 for every additional levels.
Yeah, so 11 HP.
I only see 1d8, not 3d8.
No, it's 1d8 plus a 3 above it from the higher level cast.
Okay, I understand. Sorry. Okay, 11. Gotcha.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Pharaoh Woodear is going to.
He wants
transforming
to
the animal
break free.
doesn't automatically get you out of a grapple.
Unless he can become an ooze.
Or he
No,
suddenly evolves into the new paladin subclasses.
He's a furbolg, right?
Yes, he is. Oh, do furbolgs have a?
They can turn invisible.
I seem to recall they have something.
Oh, it doesn't really help when it already has you grappled.
The furbolgs produce milk.
What?
Okay. Well, carrying on from that question.
Okay, let me roll. He's just gonna try and break the grasp of the thing.
The attempt will be made.
Pharaoh is an old guy, but he is strong.
Strunk.
But he rolls really poorly.
Is it opposed still though?
Oh, it is opposed. You're right. You're right. Thank you.
Maybe the wraith roll's even worse.
It's always possible.
Is there no way to roll monster with just showing it with myself? Or
you click the cog on the monster thing, and you should be able to change if it sets to
turn on the toggle. Yeah,
the toggle for to GM or whatever.
Yeah. Although I tried to do that once and it didn't work.
Fuck it, that sounds too complicated. Hey, look at that. Okay.
Wait, did we see that?
Yeah, that one, yeah, you saw. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
It is going to drag Pharaoh half its movement.
Now I am
30.
holding on. Does that make it more difficult?
Didn't you do? Yeah, you're right. Okay? Yeah, that's.
I healed as part of a
succeeded.
grab, but
Yeah, you grabbed him.
I grabbed him and I healed. I haven't pulled him away, but I'm still holding him. Does that change anything?
Grappling is an action.
Okay.
And he failed at the grab check. He's gonna be pulled at half the monster's movement speed, which is 60.
Oh,
okay. Nice.
33 underground.
No,
My brother, you dead.
Let me roll.
Or maybe just gonna pull him deeper into the.
Well, because so it just rolled to Pharaoh tried to escape and it succeeded against that. It's going to try to pull him, and I think that'd be another strength save or another strength check to actually like move an enemy creature. It's going to fail. Pharaoh's going to manage to hold a position. Pharaoh he was on his back. Now he flips over and just grabs into the soil as the thing tries to pull him. Okay, Lucia, what would you like to do?
Cool. I have no idea if this is going to help at all, but she would reach into for the blade that she already had. So the magic blade, the glowy.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's going to just
It's
unwrap
glowing
that a
bright
bit.
blue.
I know I can't use it as a weapon. It's going to break. Right.
Its hilt is in horrible condition.
But
If
we are
you
also
swing it
fighting
like a
something
sword,
that's spectral.
if you try and swing it, the hilt will break, but you can get one swing in.
Okay. I mean,
Or if you just try and poke it, just poke it.
Yeah. That's actually a good point.
If you have gloves on, you can grab the blade with one.
I mean, I do. I assume I've got something on the
and you can thrust with it like a piece. I mean, if you can thrust with it,
I'm hoping to not break it, but I'm kind of thinking honestly, it might end up being if it is anti-undead, which we think it is. Just putting it near the shade, might be enough to help. So
Callie was perfectly comfortable until he touched it.
Touched it, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. But the difference is the wraith is trying to be near Pharaoh. So as long as I'm near Pharaoh, I can put it essentially in the way, make it harder for it to do what it wants.
Toxic. Just make clear, the blade itself is in perfect condition. The blade's not going to break. It's just a hilt.
Yes, I know, but
okay.
Is also what lets me use it as a weapon. I mean, okay. If you said I can still thrust with it, so
if you can thrust with it,
here's the thing. Okay, fine thing. I'll move in.
Okay.
To whatever.
You give me a wisdom saving throw against the fear effect.
You guys, this is never gonna pass, and I don't have inspiration or anything, so.
Hey, good luck.
Oh my God! Cool, it worked. I'm blaming it on sword. Sword works wonders. Yes. Then I will rock up. I'll go next to him.
Does anyone want to give inspiration for this attack?
I will give my inspiration for the attack.
You just. I mean, you don't have to.
I'll give it.
Okay. I guess I'll do it two-handed.
Sure.
I think this is the two-handed one.
Yes, it is. Double one.
It's entirely possible and probable, knowing me. Nope.
Nice.
But hey, it's still min damage. Fuck me. That's all one roll for damage.
Can you roll? Can you roll an additional 1d4, please?
See, it doubled it. Or maybe more, actually.
Okay. I'm going to... Okay, so you stab into this thing. It has ethereal hands, but you stab into it. And though they look ethereal, when you stab with the sword itself, it feels like it catches bone and meat, and pins the hand to the ground itself, and the hand catches on fire. And you can hear this echoing, distant scream as the creature lets go of Pharaoh. And you see the left hand disappear into the soil, but the right one's still stuck there, pinned.
Nice, maybe. I don't know if I've. Oh well, actually, I've already used my action, haven't I? So I can't really.
Yep, that's your turn.
Pharaoh. Yep. I've got nothing with my bonus, so yeah, that's.
Okay. Hork.
I'd like to stay in the safety of the place I am just now and fling 2 daggers.
You're doing just fine, Hork. Yeah.
Throwing daggers right there. Pharaoh, right?
I'll try and attack the hands if possible.
This is where he betrays the party.
Okay. I would like to fling 2 daggers at Lucia. I'll aim at the hands. I'm assuming that because there's more than one person within 5 feet, I get advantage.
Yes.
Well, you don't get advantage from it, but you get sneak attack.
Oh yeah, I get a sneak attack. Sorry, yeah, you're right. Correct.
Yeah, you're not a kobold.
Even they don't have
that.
As far as we know.
Ooh, there we go.
Oh wait, sorry, I can re-roll that.
Oh, good, because I was going to have you hit the
Oh, wow.
The duality of dice.
The duality of
Fucking love
halflings.
Halflings are the best.
Halflings are such bullshit.
Does the sneak attack get damage? Double.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Size, Ryan.
Oh, you son of a bitch. So that is 15. That's 29 damage.
29. 29.
Not too
14
bad.
psychic
29.
and 13. No, sorry.
Oh,
14.
It's all psychic.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's all psychic.
Yeah, because sneak attack is just of the damage dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 29 psychic damage.
It does not have resistance against psychic. Fantastic.
Oh, I
Look at
love
that.
this character.
I mean, it makes sense that
It has
the damage type that hurts
against-
ethereal and conceptual things hurts ghosts.
It has damage resistances against slashing, except for silvered weapons.
What about magical?
What a fancy coincidence. Okay. Madeline, what are you doing?
Oh, I have my second attack. Sorry.
Oh, of course. Sorry.
Of course.
Of course. 29
One way from a crit.
For just the 5 psychic damage this time.
Okay, sounds good.
So that's 34 damage.
I think sneak attack is untyped, right?
Sneak attack is the type of
I know,
damage the
sneak
weapon
attack
deals.
is the type of damage the weapon is.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
We looked it up. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Okay. God, that's a lot of fucking damage.
34
Because
psychic
it's the
damage.
creature's hand, and because you rolled a crit, you rolled 2 very, very well. I think with those 2 attacks, it would just sever at the wrist. I know it's psychic damage, but whatever. Sever at the wrist, and
It does.
yeah, I think Lucier, you have a wraith's hand just pinned to the ground there, underneath your sword, and everything goes quiet.
Cool. I'm going to look at Callie and just basically go like, get him across right away.
Yeah,
But no,
Callie
no,
is
they're
going
more
to
happy.
pull Pharaoh up.
Pharaoh's already like tries to get up and then just collapses. It looks like Pharaoh's pretty close to death. Yeah.
Even after the
Callie,
heal?
you're-
Damn.
Yeah. Wraiths are no joke. Anyways,
Yeah,
yeah,
I want to
you-
get him across. I want to
grab
do
Pharaoh.
I want to do another level 2 cure wounds on him once he's in the safe place.
Okay.
Where the fork is it? Cure wounds, level 2. 12.
Yeah. Okay, it's 12 HP. Cool. Pharaoh sits down and takes a breath. And yeah. He looks up at you, Lucier. Lucier, are you okay?
I am fine, but if now might be the best chance to get everyone across.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's just gonna look over at the dwarves who were all just watching from the sidelines. And say, okay, guys, come on.
yeah, move.
Go,
Move
quick.
now. Now is the best time.
And the dwarves don't. They all look over at what's that fucking name? Oh, I have too many notes.
Malandrek?
Yes, they look over at Malandrek to go first, and Malandrek just rolls his eyes and walks across.
Gets
Doesn't
killed.
flinch. Doesn't flinch at all. And the 4 zombies pulling the wagon also like pull across, and then the dwarves all together take a step in, and then they just shuffle across real fast.
Well, it seems as though that creature, that wraith. I mean, wait, we probably know what a wraith is, right?
Yeah, you
Or at least conceptually.
only saw hands.
Oh, did we? Okay. Oh,
Those
right.
wraith-like hands.
Yes.
Yeah, wraith like hands. Yeah.
Seems that whatever that was may have been creating dread and burning, but oh wait, I'm the only one in, so yeah, I'm then gonna dash across to be like, nope,
Yeah,
I'm being
that's
out of here. Yeah.
Okay.
Pork, I have a question for you. Well, everyone else is like getting together, getting themselves back together. What do you want to do with the mask? Do you keep it with you, or do you like throw it back in the cursed land?
Horda's going to keep wearing the mask.
Okay, sounds good.
Because That was me going like, would Hoddick care enough about this part of the land to fling the mask back?
Yeah.
Probably not. He's a quite selfish person. Don't know if you know this, but he likes to steal things.
Yes, I have. Well, I have noticed.
You don't know.
Can you just add it as a item?
Yep. Add it to my treasure, but saying nothing else at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Here, I will type out what to call it.
Right next to my rubies of sorrow.
That's not what its like magical name actually is, but that's the best name to like, so we can have a common phrase to remember what it does.
I've got my bone of bravery.
Yep. As far as you can tell, in cases of what do you call it? What's the condition? Frightened?
Fear or frightened, depends which one you mean.
Fear is the spell and frightened is the condition. You have advantage on frightened checks.
Nice.
As long as you're wearing it. Okay. Let's go change over the other map. The world map.
It's almost reaching people's end time, isn't it?
Yeah. We're gonna be
Yeah.
ending in 5 minutes. So anyways, yeah, you get past that. I had another encounter in case that didn't take too long. But anyways, yeah, we continue on. It's it's unexciting. The grass lowers down to like ankle height instead of head height or like chest height. And you can see to the northeast are rolling hills with this river running through it. It is a rather wide river. You can see it flows at a good pace, and as you go around the corner, these large noble trees from the nosebleed forest give way, and it becomes an open area, and you see this lovely flat what would be the word? Flat area. A perfect spot to put up a camp next to the river itself, and as far as you can tell, completely free of dangers. It looks pleasant. And that looks like the next spot they had on the map.
Set up camp?
Yeah, the camp is set up and we'll end it right there.
Oh, cool. That was fun.
Yeah. Oh, Lucille, can you give yourself inspiration for the saving Pharaoh? I thought that was rather epic. Plus the perfect roll, the crit on the
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Really needed that one. That was really good.
Yes.
See, you're so down about it, and now look.
Yeah.
You get an inspiration for it.
As soon as you said it's a wisdom save to get across, I'm just sat there like, fuck's sake.
I know.
I don't know about you guys, but it was perfectly fine when I went across.
Yeah, I had no trouble at all.
Yeah,
Maybe you guys should steal more things.
Frightened, you can't willingly move closer to the source of this fear. Yeah, so that would have stopped you in your tracks, but
Yeah, it would have 100%.
Perfect.
Oh, cool.
I picked up a weapon, which may, but as from the name I gave it, may be cursed, but it seems to be working conveniently, so hold it for now.
Possibly cursed weapon.
Possibly.
I think all the stuff you guys have is cursed, actually.
Yes, we're just gonna at the end of this campaign we're just gonna set up like cursed.
I mean, I just am cursed.
Yes, we're well aware of it.
What's a little bit of curse, you know? I mean, that's not going to really hurt you. Just a little bit.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, Ryan.
Yeah,